Salted Koala Bear here with part 1 of a 2-part Halo Wars Scorpions Pass Special Edition. So today's matchup has been Oakley High's Death, randomized box, and AJUC versus Salty Koala Bear and K-Dog ED. I say that because those are probably the team leaders here. So the opening scene of this match is pretty intense, as you can see. Lots of cross-the-map shooting. You can see these 3 Scorpions are targeting this Banshee right here. So I'm on blue team, which that's the water spawn. So this is red team just brought down a few more tanks. So it looks like our team may have had the most tanks survive. I'm not quite sure. So we have 2 tanks, they have 2. Looks like 2 and 2 right now. 2 and 1. So 2 of our tanks survived and 1 of theirs is currently still alive. But by now more tanks have rolled out into the battlefield. So right away you can see them pushing lots of tanks into the hill. That's a very smart procedure for that hill. If you notice on your screen, they also snuck a Gauss across here. Very vital phase. Now here we'll see the Revenant's strong point. The Revenant will bully this Gauss around with its main gun and use it to push it off the hill. Now, once the Gauss is down here, you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again, it's bad news for this Gauss driver. We'll see what happens to this particular Gauss, I'm not sure. Got away from me there. Oh, there he goes. He's going to go back to his base, which is a pretty smart move. Back up top to the hill action. Right now we got a blue team Gauss controlling the hill time. We have a Revenant in the hill as well, giving us extra hill time. So right now we're ahead. Looks like we also have another Gauss set up on the bridge. Not the best position for him, but it works. Now, when your Gausses are on top of a bridge, it's very hard for the tanks on bottom to get shots on them, so the tanks really aren't their main threat. It's more Revenants and Falcons and Banshees that are going to be their threat. Looks like we got another Gauss trying to use the ground game. I always find this interesting to watch. They're not doing too bad right now. They're staying alive, showing you that it is possible. He's getting lucky that none of the blue tanks are noticing him. The second a blue tank notices him, he's in some trouble. Ah, there's one that notices him right now. Oh, excuse me. But he moves behind his tanks, which is a very smart move, falling back to provide support. That's what your Gauss is. It's going to be a support vehicle rather than a main slayer. The red team's set up pretty good right here. They're moving in tanks, they got a Gauss, and they already have one tank in the hill, and it looks like they're bringing in Banshees as well, unless that's a blue team Banshee, which it's not. And they have a Gauss in the hill. Now this is where red team's going to stack up some hill time right here. Blue team's flaw is we do not have nearly enough tanks out on the battlefield right now. Although we are bringing some out, which is a start, but we're going to need a lot more than one tank if we want to get this hill back. You can see there the Gauss got taken out by a tank. The blue team is still capturing the hill time. As you've seen before in the other videos, the next hill is going to move all the way back over here towards red team. And the hills will move back and forth, and that's to balance the game. That's one of my favorite parts of the map is these hedgehogs. Very, very good for Wraiths. Wraiths can arc shots over these. You can hide behind them as a player, and you can use them as a tank to kind of block the enemy shot while getting shots of your own. So you'll see this red tank screwed. It's got a big oncoming wave of blue tanks. So now red team's bringing out a Wraith, excuse me. I'll back up and watch the Wraith. This Wraith is probably going to be in some trouble unless he can manipulate these barriers good. Now blue team's starting to roll out some tanks. This is good news for us. So there's 1, 2, 3 healthy. Oh, you see right there? And that is why players on foot are very dangerous. That blue player just took out that fully healthy tank. And now he's going to go back to his Banshee, get in it, and be perfectly fine. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Part 2 is in my video list, so see you guys then.